Welcome back.
I got that.
Thanks for staying with us. I was about to whisper something.
I got it too. That's why she left.
She was getting happiness somewhere.
Yes.
But let's talk about emotional abuse. You see this story. I was telling them during the break that I'm not a party to the advice of women stay because of cheating is a big deal. For me, cheating is a big deal. If you are choosing to stay, understand why you're staying. You are staying because finances, this man needs to be responsible. I don't trust if I leave, he'll be responsible for me.
Yeah.
The children need to go to good school. I'm not sure that if I leave, I can fund it by myself. Understand why you're staying. Understand that it is a sacrifice for you to stay. Because it is. I feel cheating is emotional abuse. Because the idea that, like, it will make you feel like, am I not good enough? Or what did I do wrong? Or could I have done better?
Yeah.
Then all those questions will flash through your mind. And there are many more important things for a woman to do than to be thinking, did I not look good enough? You should be, World Bank is waiting for you. Nations are waiting for you to rise up. There are many generations tied to you for you to be thinking about, maybe I was not giving it to him 21 times. Maybe I did not look like you, because women go through those thoughts. Because I had a friend that was being beaten by her husband.
That's physical abuse.
Yes, and she was being cheated on, and she was being beaten, and she stayed.
Double whammy.
She stayed. Why? And I had conversations with her. I have 3 children already. Where would I start from? Like, she's not financially, she's not that she cannot stand and take care of herself, but she's like, I will not take my children away from him. We will not have to be living alone. Then maybe I'm the one. Maybe I was rude. Maybe it's what I said. The kind of things she's thinking about. Why would she get promotion in the office? Guess what? The last beating that broke the camel's back was when she saw the trauma on her child.
Exactly.
Because the child went to school and was crying all day in school and didn't eat for 3 days. She didn't eat for 3 days. And the lady went, the girl went from being a chubby, happy girl to she lost weight, she's skinny and withdrawn. The school had to call. What is going on? They asked her, the man keeps beating the woman. Like, you don't understand the impact. So we raise other daughters who think the man can sleep with different people. I feel that cheating is a disrespect to the union of marriage, and it should not be normalized like we have accepted. I also believe that if you are from a polygamous home where you feel like your father loved your mother and yet had 3, 4 children from different women outside and loved you, and you are okay, good. But for the other person like me, who grew up in one father, one mother, unit family, I feel like it is strange that we have normalized what is not normal. If it is so you have a conversation around it and rationalize it. And sometimes, like in the case of, I know someone that had 3 official wives and still had children from like 2 other women.
Concubines and
3 official wives. And the 3 wives knew we are 3 official wives. And then they found out there was another child from outside. I'm like, and you're okay with it. They said, it's okay, and there's no problem. He loves me. Like, he really is caring, he's attentive, he's all of that. That he just cannot help himself. And you've rationalized and it makes sense for you. I'm not judging you. I'm saying, don't judge me for saying cheating is a deal breaker. People judge. When you say cheating is a deal breaker, I've said it on this show before several times. I've stood on this point since forever, and I've gotten bashed back to back on the matter because they are wondering, Tokpa, it's because you've not seen anything. Is new marriage that is shocking you? Is this one? Allow me my point of view for the way I see it. Because you are disrespecting me if you cheat on me. This is like you disrespect the entity of who I am. I know what I am. I know who I am. Somebody will now say, the man that she's even forming love for is the one that I just finished in the hotel now. Like, in my head, I just have like different scenarios of, no, don't try. Permit my drama. So this is my point of view.
Okay, so Tokwe, let me tell you something. Domestic violence, that one, I've said it before, that is a deal breaker. It's a reason why a woman should leave her home. But we're in a society where they're forcing it down on us, on the women, to accept that men cheat. Now, the normal thing now is most men, they have side chick. And it's everywhere you see it on X, everywhere. Everybody is just saying, men have side chicks and all. So what do women in their marriages, what do you want them to do? If they leave at every point that when the man cheats that they will leave, a lot of women will have left their marriages because it's the norm now. They are trying. Look at we brought somebody here and the person said we brought somebody here and somebody said that men are supposed to have sex 21 times a month, and you know we women were like is it not too much? Some women were saying it's too much and all of that. And he's saying, so if he's going to do, and that's why he was now promoting polygamy, saying that men should go. So some men in the Christian faith, you're not allowed to marry more than one. So in that case, what is he going to do now? He will start having side chicks and he's outside. So now what I always say is that since they are forcing it down our throat and making sure that we accept it and all of that, then we, the women, we should start looking for ways and how we can manage ourselves so that when this thing happens in our homes, we know what to do. I cannot suffer with a man from when, you know, when he had nothing and now he's something, then I will not come and leave a home that I've built with my sweat, with everything.
For some women, they suffered with
because
some women built
cheating.
themselves at the same time.
Because he's cheating, because he's lost him, because he's lost. After a while, you know, I think there's a stage, there's a period when this thing happens.
You and I, we're going to forever disagree on this topic. So it's okay, let's move on. Thank you.
Abuse, right? And then there's a conversation people shy away from, even before marriage and after marriage. And I wonder, like if you're being intimate with somebody, you're discussing every other thing, why do people shy away from discussing finances? I just don't get it. Discussing finances before marriage and while even in that marriage is super important for both parties. You need to know how this person is making their money. You need to know whether you're marrying a crime lord or whether you're marrying a drug baron or someone that wants to come and kill you and use it for rituals. You need to know the source of someone's income, know how they want to manage their funds, understand the projections, and also be accountable to some other person that you want to share your life with about how you're making your own money and your projections and what your plans are financially. People, I don't know why people are very antsy when it comes to discussing money and finances.
You feel that's emotional abuse?
Yeah, no, I'm coming to that. So because I have a family friend who, he's a chronic gambler. And that destroyed his marriage. And for his wife, when he started, it was not a deal breaker. But by the time they lost their house.
Can you imagine?
Yes, they lost their house. They couldn't pay for their school fees. Because that's when you don't talk about money, you don't talk about finances. It was a chronic gambler. They lost their house. And then when the woman now realized that, at first it was not a deal breaker to her. But when it became a deal breaker was when the kids started pilfering and stealing.
The children.
The children, it started affecting the children because they started to steal. And and then she now realized, this is now a problem.
Not a family problem.
Not a family problem. And it became a deal breaker where she knew that I have to protect my children from this man that refused to seek help, go to therapy. You understand? So certain conversations must be had. I don't know why. And that is an emotional abuse, not just on the woman, but on the children.
I love this topic because for me also it was not something that I've always known. It's something that I have come to hear and I'm learning about it. So, you were saying, why are people like this? Why are we antsy about it? Culturally, at least from my end of town, finance and talking about it seems as if you're being too forward or you're being rude or you're not properly raised or you have an agenda. Do you understand?
You're out for the money.
You're out for the money. So you don't discuss finances. And also because culturally is that the man, whoever it is that you're going to be with, the idea is that he's going to be the one to shoulder financial responsibility. So there's already this trust that whoever it is that you're dealing with, the man will be able to handle the finances, he will come in and that will be sorted. And also there's this thing where a woman also understands that whatever the finances are, this is the man I have chosen. If it's good, I'm good. If it's not good, we'll manage. Do you understand? So that is why people are antsy. That's why people are uncomfortable because we have had years and years where this is not a conversation you have. When you have that kind of conversation, you're not well brought up. You have an agenda. This is not a good woman to marry. This is not her wife material. But you are right that this is a conversation you should have because I've seen young marriages that have gone their separate ways because of financial abuse, financial mismanagement. Because first, apart from knowing how they earn their money, you need to know how they spend, what they spend on, what they think think is a priority, you know, to put their resources towards? What investment ideas and investment portfolio do they have and they're looking to have? How do they hope to build it? How do they hope to build yours? And how are they looking towards building for the children as well? These are important conversations to have. And I think it has come to the fore because marriages have sort of changed, where it's not just the man that handles everything. The wife is also empowered a certain way. So look at now, I'm an empowered woman, my finances are fine, and then I'm with a man who I'm not even expecting him to bring anything, but the one he's bringing, he's not bringing it. He's not being upfront with what he has. He's, you know, then he's gambling up and down. So this is truly, for me, I think when we're advising young people, financial conversations is very important in relationships.
Before marriage.
Yeah.
Very important.
Welcome. We have a caller. Hello, Deshola. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Good morning.
This person is my namesake. My middle name is Odishola.
The issue I want to say that. Hello, can you hear me?
We can hear you.
The issue I want to contribute about the marriage issue is that both man and woman, they all cheat together. That is natural in Nigeria. Women cheat, man cheat. But woman cannot because of that. Woman cannot because of your husband cheats. You want to leave your marriage and leave your children. So another person to come and train your children. So let us manage ourselves. Women cheat, man cheat. But when we understand each other, we live long. Marriage is not something that we can celebrate until we get to 70 years in age. That's why you see many women today, they celebrate 30 years. Or you're able to reach 70 years in age. You cannot have right to cheat against your husband. Your husband cannot cheat against you. That's why you can celebrate marriage. But nowadays in Nigeria, with their voice, a little careful is supposed to settle between husband and wife. You leave the marriage. Then you now leave the children suffering. So let us train ourselves to manage ourselves. And manage our relationship.
Thank you so much, Odushola. It's a little thing that we're supposed to manage and resolve. It will leave the marriage.
And some people think cheating
is what is little to one person is a big deal to another person. And you cannot live life based on your perspective. You're working with another person, so you need to listen to the other person's perspective. That's why I cannot love you with my own love language. I can only love you with your own love language. Because if I tell you I love you from morning till night, but your own love language is for me to give you gifts or help you, act of service, and I'm confessing on dying love, and I can see you are dying under the weight of work. For you, you say, I don't love you, because if you love me, you will not see me working myself to death. Exactly. And you will be telling me you love me, I'm the apple of your eye. But you can see that I am sweeping, cleaning, doing everything. Yeah. I will just tell you, thank you, keep the love to yourself, because you don't really love me. If you love me, you will help me with the work I'm having to do. So we need to understand each other's perspective. But we need to, we're almost out of time, and I want us to talk about emotional abuse. And the difference, because Mariam really dug into it, but I feel like we didn't talk, we have not spoken extensively about the impact of emotional abuse. Men are suffering emotional abuse, they're just not aware of it, or they're not labeling it right. Because sometimes when a man says, I cannot go home, I don't have peace, let me just drink outside, it's emotional abuse, and he's unable to be well rested because he is running away from a home where he is not having peace. That lack of peace, sir, is emotional abuse. That is what we're talking about. It's the reason you probably have high blood pressure. Is what we're talking about. And when we don't talk about it, sometimes it is women are giving men emotional abuse, frustrating their life. And women too, some men are giving women emotional abuse, frustrating their life. You are belittling a man's efforts. The man will come back home with worked all day, and you say, what have you done?
Yeah. Okay. Can I just read this? I think it says emotional abuse can include verbal assault, dominance, control, isolation, ridicule, or the use of intimate knowledge for degradation. So your wife, of course, or your husband is openly intimate. Of course, you know, you're married, you're intimate, and then you use the information from your intimacy to you know, to rubbish the person. Then there's silent treatment, because a lot of people think it's only when the person is screaming and shouting at you. When the person ignores you, acts like you do not exist, like your words mean nothing, you're talking like they don't see you, that is also a form of emotional abuse. So you're now wondering, am I in a marriage or am I by myself? That nothing I say or do, you know, even gets any reaction from the person that I am with. That is also a form of emotional abuse and has great impact on the person and the marriage. And for me, that is a serious deal breaker as well. Because in that case, for me, I don't see that as a marriage. Okay. The screaming and shouting, at least, well, I don't even like that, but maybe at least there's a conversation happening. But you know that silent treatment, like you don't, they don't see you.
Yes.
Malice, I'll not eat your food, you know, I'll not touch you, I'm not talking to you. And they can do that for 3 months.
Yes.
Ah.
Some even go more than 3 months, Seth. But it all comes with the marriage package.
No! Trauma, as in, I'm so sorry. So malice and comes with marriage package.
No, but not for long. Not for long.
Yeah.
But there are times that there are some things that can happen in marriage that you people just need to give yourselves space. But you, not that you pack out. What he's just saying is, don't just any small thing you start, you pack out. Every small thing you leave the house. But there are some things that you just give yourself little time, little space, not so much. Let it not be more than.
Yes, I think the key word here is abuse.
Yes.
So yes, there are times when you're not speaking, but you're not doing it to the extent that it has become an abuse or a way to control or dominate the person. Of course, we're human beings now. Even between us, sometimes I give you a little bit.
And I think that when we say give it time, without therapy or analysis of what the issues are, you perpetuate the same circle over and over again. So if you keep quiet for a while, it doesn't solve the problem.
Yes.
If you don't go for counseling, read books. How many men read books on having a good marriage? And yet you want a good marriage. You want peace in your home, but you're not reading books on how to have peace in your home. You want to raise good children. You want your children to be, you want to be proud of your children, but how many men read books on parenting? Because as we're talking about this BC's book that she just released, guess what? It's more women that will be actually reading the book.
Yes.
But yet the men want they want to raise awesome children. But you don't read about it. You read about finance. You go to the business schools to read about how to progress in your career. But you're not spending equal time. You say it's a woman's, the wife can handle it. So if the marriage breaks up, you say it's the woman that did not make it work. It's true, Amaka.
And also, like, as in for me, like I always say, communication. Because you've also find some couples that you can't speak, where the other person always shuts the other person up, both privately and in public, and puts you down. They don't even realize they're putting them, because in their mind, they feel like you're not the smart one. I'm the smart one in the relationship. Do you understand? People do that, and then they put you down. When you want to talk, like, they just feel like that. No, you're going to come here and disgrace us. And then they just talk over you and put you there. So there are different types of emotional abuse. So at the end of the day, like you said, it's about also communicating. If you feel that you're being abused, if you don't even know that you're being abused, you should also read about it. But sometimes some people are being abused, they don't even realize that they're even going through abuse. So information is power. You should know. People around you should also point certain things out, and then you should communicate your feelings to whoever it is that you're with, whether male or female, depending on who is being abused.
Thank you so much. Thank you, ladies. I have spoken a lot on this show. Like,
you have.
You know, I didn't moderate. I co-hosted the show.
You did.
But I hope that we learned something, one or two. We don't necessarily have to agree with everything being said, but pick the one that works for you and educate yourself to make your life work. That's what we can take on the show today. You'll see your View Pigeon ladies tomorrow. Till then, bye.
Bye.